Push me to the max.
Hello, hello. I'm here. Yeah. I get to hang with chat. Happy Halloween, chat. Yeah, Bites is playing Super Fark. There was a wonderful discussion about that before, during setup. We were talking about the new Pokemon game too. It was fun in setup. You're having a good time. I did not. I was waiting for you. I mean, you and I talked about it beforehand, but Brink is a very obvious early play. Maul kind of seems to be like a little bit of a sleeper pick. There's a couple good options. A couple quick things in Square, but I like Maul personally. Yeah. Just, the bot in Discord is screwed up. I'm using push feed. Stream to Discord is on the wrong scene. You.
Ain't no way I've been muted this whole time. That's crazy. Anyways, that's really funny. I didn't realize that my ass was muted. Anyways, what's up, chat? I am alive now. It's everywhere. We have... I'm gonna just redo my intro. We have a really exciting doubleheader today where both of these players, both matches have been part of preseason showdown, so we're gonna get to see how they have evolved from the past month or so of playing games. And I'm really excited for it because it's going to be interesting. We'll see how Bytes and Storied both play this board, but the obvious play, kind of Brink-centric, and we're going to get started. But it's pretty obvious, like, Brink is the big point center on this board. Especially... Okay, Van, be nice. Especially with how fast everything is, it all routes very well into each other. So we'll see how they decide to play it. But looks like Bytes is going to go to Matan, missing Matan, our hideout zip to Matan, but unlucky. Happens to the best of us. Storied's gonna head
going into
to...
Square, skipping past Brink. So they're gonna go for gonna go for the square goals here. Makes sense, and honestly, this kind of works because then he can just roll into Brink once he sees that Bytes is in Matan.
Right. I also think...
Okay.
Bytes being in Matan right now kind of signals how he's going to play this game. He doesn't really want to get sniped or anything, so he's going to be a little bit avoidant. If you're Storied here, you can use that information to your advantage and use that to inform the decisions you're going to make, which I think is going to be a big advantage this early on, especially knowing where Bytes wants to go.
Yeah, definitely. Because now Storied's in Brink and is going to just all those points to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Bytes unfortunately voiding out over in Matan.
Yeah, getting an up dog, and then I believe he fell past the kill plane there, so has to quit out, which is going to be pretty rough, especially as Storied gets into the meat of Brink here. He's going to be able to chain a lot of points really quickly into themselves. But we'll see how Bytes can keep pace with them. Because already Storied's at 4 points. Like, this early into the game, you're 2 minutes in now. That's pretty absurd.
Bytes is not going down without a fight. Ooh, it's 3-5 now. The question is, where does Storied go next?
Yeah.
I could see the Robo Post happen, but I don't see Freaks happening.
Yeah, Freaks is definitely a late game goal. Or you're gonna come back to Brink and get it much later. Bomb Beats is pretty fast, but I understand Storied here going to different areas, especially the hideout collectible still on the board, so going to grab Terrence real fast. So we'll see how Storied is going to play
Versum.
the second area. They're both in Versum now. I wonder, because Bites definitely gets headphones on under the walkway here, but far before Storied. So I wonder if Storied's just going to trade because of Buttercup, the 3x Robo Post. Going to grab that real fast, so might just wind up trading and leaving, or might try to fight the other Versum goal on this board, which is Precious Thing, which is a pretty lengthy one. It's a bit tricky to get in and get out if you're not really careful, and something like this can happen where you fall into the void.
Storied's ignoring it. Storied's leaving Versum.
I like this play from Storied. Storied has a huge board control advantage, but just way more goals clicked. Not way more, but 3 more is a lot in BRC. So just leaving Versum, saying, I don't need the extra point, I have everything going in my favor already, you know, let's get somewhere else more important where there are more points, and going to Maul. And Bites, after clipping out, looks to be doing the same, going to leave over to Maul as well, and it's a Maul race.
I love when it comes down to execution.
Yeah. It looks like
we're going to see any traditional bingos on this board at all.
Storied and Bites are both going for the same goal here. Going for House Mixtape. I don't love this play from either of them, frankly. I'm not sure why. Storied is definitely playing like he's definitely assuming that Bites is just doing the incorrect play, which is sticking in Versum to get the Precious Thing, and that's like he's egoing really hard to get this. But I don't see why Bites is kind of taking this bait. This is like House Cat's Mixtape especially is just in a dumb position where it doesn't really chain easily into any of the goals. And so it creates a, it doesn't really like route well into anything else, which I think makes it a pretty bad goal. And especially on this board where you have 2 other, 2 other collectibles in the center, like just go to the center, you know, especially for Story here where his board control is so much better that he can afford just like going to the center and then chaining that into the slide end room or slide challenge room. So I don't really love this play from Storied or Bites, admittedly. But it looks like it's working out well for Storied at least.
Oh, and Storied hits the nasty zip.
Nasty zip. That's crazy.
Well done.
Yeah, that was very good.
The fact that both of them went after the House Mixtape kind of evened things out, but yeah, Storied definitely going to center first, and then executed perfectly at center, so can't really say anything there.
Yeah, I know Storied is going to watch this back and be mad that you said he executed perfectly because he took forever on House Cat's Mixtape, but it also got face slammed. So like, you know,
like
going to go back to Brink.
There are not enough points to end here though.
Yeah,
I kind of find surprising.
This is the point where I love what Bites is doing. What is...
It's on the board, yeah, right here at docks.
Oh, I didn't see that. Interesting. I love what Bites is doing here, doing square, because 1, it blocks 2 bingos in 1. But also, it's getting to the point where you kind of need the extra points from wrapping graffiti here. So the problem is that once Storied is done, because I imagine what you do here is you just long commit for freaks. Once Storied is done, I don't think Bites will have enough time to block, you know, any of the characters here. Looks like Storied is actually going to get out of Brink, which I think is fair, but personally, I think you have enough time. In Freaks is lengthy, but it's not like that long. you know. Brink challenges are all really not a lot of rep. 40 is the one for the 3 times multiplier challenge or reward, I think. Or it's the score battle, and I can't remember which one in specific, but like, it doesn't take a lot of rep, and the story checks that you need to do are relatively limited. You just go to Solus twice.
Yes,
so
Storage sees it. Versum is enough to end here. If he can get Precious Thing and then unlock the Franks, it's just GG.
that is true, and so from that perspective, that's pretty fair. But going to go ahead and start Franks as Bytes gets the rest of Millennium Square rep. This has not been a great rep route from Bytes. There's a really fast rep route in Square that starts it starts at the same entrance that he came from, around Maw and Versum. I think Bytes left the Hideout entrance, which you can make it work from Hideout, but there's a really fast rep route for Millennium Square, and Bytes didn't really do it. He decided to go right side, which the right side of Square is pretty... It kind of has a big rep drought, all things considered.
I think unfortunately this is just GG. I feel like Bytes got beaten to a couple things by Storied, like in Maul, and then just Storied recognized Brink's value early, where Bytes kind of went after Matan, which is just big and open, so it just took him longer to get fewer points.
Yeah. I also think...
and the Void Out didn't help.
Yeah, it wasn't great execution, but I feel like both players made pretty, like, big mistakes that could have swung the game back in someone else's favor. The problem is Brink is just too strong to fully ignore, I think. You have to go in and play at least, like, the long game where you go to the... Like, I would have loved to see Bytes go Brink and do Freaks, and then, or not Freaks, but the Bomb Beats Robo Post, and then just maybe try get something else and try to snipe Story to the less like committal things, the less like route optimal things. But instead we saw Bytes completely ignore it, and it gave Story a pretty huge, a pretty large lead of points. So
that is
unfortunately
the game.
that will be game.
Story. Hitting the nasty clip back out of the train yard, which was awesome to see.
Yeah, that clip's really really fun. Bytes saying these damn zips in chat. But go ahead and get a new board. That game could have been a lot closer if just a few decisions got made as opposed to what transpired in the actual board. But we go again, and we'll see how game 2 unfolds. Please be at game 3. I'm still having lunch. So true. We'll go ahead and take a look at the board while our players are getting reset. But let's look. So immediately,
Versum kind of sticks out to me as having a couple things that are quick, like Pico Pow. I mean, the Bizarre Wall Run's kind of slow, but next to me is pretty just open.
This is a really balanced board looking at it. Nothing is sticking out to me as immediately like really good.
Versum has the rep, so you can stay there a little longer if you want to go for the Bizarre Wall Run and spend a little more time.
Yeah, and Bizarre has a lot of rep too, so you could route that in.
Yeah.
I think the thing I'm saying is Matan is not super like point heavy, but it is pretty fast. Dedication.
Brink. Spawning Season, and then the 2 at Tower of Bellwinter and Refuse.
Yeah, Brink is pretty good.
Freaks in there, so you can like get the taxi and come back at some point.
I feel like the problem with Brink is that you're going to spend you're gonna spend a lot of time getting out of Brink, and I don't think that's really dangerous in a really balanced board, because if you spend a lot of time just trying to get around in a balanced board like this, and committing to areas like Brink, which have, you know, you have the central area that's easy to branch out of, but it's hard to get back without something like a Death Warp or a pretty difficult zip or two.
Yeah.
You're going to spend a lot of time moving between areas, and that's really dangerous on a balanced board that has so many options.
That's fair. Pyramid kind of just looks dead to me. I mean, there's the one point of Bomb Croc.
No, I actually think
And
Pyramid's the play here.
Really?
Smoking Hole, Chucking Lab, Chucking Up is really annoying,
Chucking
but
Up's not good, yeah.
that's the only like really bad one is Chucking Up. But Bomb Croc's quick, you can route, and the routing there makes sense to me. Smoking Hole into Bomb Croc, and then you can just leave pretty easily. Plus, Devil Theory is on the board, so starting Devil Theory, like early, makes sense. Devil Theory is a pretty fast route, if you know it. But we'll see how our players play it. Storied going off to square, and looks like Bites is going to
let's go Light Switch.
Start with Light Switch. It's all about the Light Switch, so I respect this play. On a balanced board like this, Hideout gets a little bit more value just because it is so fast, so it allows you to kind of react instead. I like what Storied is doing here, though. He's going to go for this really hard zip, where you jump off of this, and then, it doesn't even jump, and it hits it. Gets the 2 square goals really quickly. This is kind of what I was worried about, was these two route into themselves just so naturally, and we're gonna see Storied off into Pyramid, which is a dangerous combo for Bites if he doesn't score well in the next minute or so that Storied does this.
Bites is going to square, skipping Bursum after getting Pico Pow. Not going after next to me and just going straight into square.
I think
The only question is where does
makes
Bites
some
go?
sense.
My guess is Brink. If he sees Pyramid here, I think Brink. Looks like that's what's happening.
Yeah. I like Brink here. It has the most points just out of any area, collectible wise. So,
And knowing you're uncontested and it's very safe.
additionally, if you're thinking, you know, where your opponent's at on the board, Brink is by far one of the fastest ways to get to Maul. So seeing Maul also has 4 points if you, he could have made that if he just dashed into the roof. Seeing that Storied's in Pyramid, if you're if you're thinking about what your next move is, you know, you're going to, Storied is going to spend some time getting to Maul, and I think Maul is a really strong play in about 2 minutes. We're gonna see Storied go off to Matan. Quick dedication into, what else is here? Teddy 4 and Hip Hop Mixtape. I think those are all fairly slow. I don't super get why you go Matan personally here, outside of Teddy 4 and the mixtape being fast. And dedication being fast. But I don't think you commit to Updog here personally, unless you just do it for the taxi. We're gonna see Storied attempt to do so, but misses for whatever reason. I wasn't looking that closely.
He
got no height. Unlucky.
He dashed backward on the first one. I guess he thought it was a bad up dog on it.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe.
he's now backing out of Brink, not leaving anything there aside from Freaks again. Makes sense. I think we see Maul here from Bites. I think that's the right play.
We should, but I feel like at first I don't like the taxi play, but then it allows you to come back to Brink later when Freaks matters, so I guess taxi makes sense. But yeah, gonna see Maul. I like this play from Bites. Maul offers as well a lot of board control. You can see column 3 is shaping up to be a reasonable threat here very shortly. Bites, don't go for this. Come on, you're better than this. Never
Storage
mind.
is spending
just
time
go
to
ahead.
unlock Coil. We did not think about Coil and Matan. I think it's maybe a
can
little early for that, but
I think it's fine to do
There's
stages
hip-hop
1 and
stage.
2. I wouldn't commit all the way. And Bites is in theater now. I'm kind of confused on why Bites didn't grab the warehouse, if I'm being honest. But we're going to see Bites rack up some points really quickly here just with the 2 theater checks. I would love to see Bites zip out and just
oh, guess not.
go back to the center. So what you can do here is something I did this in my last match as well. You can actually do the zip that you get storage on for Dream 3 and just void out like that. So there's, despite the whole hole in the wall there that you can just slide through, I don't super love that from Bites. I feel, you can route that a little bit faster for sure. Bites going to quit out here. I love that. We'll see where it puts him. It should put him in theater we'll see. Okay, it puts him at the entrance and he's going to leave.
Right?
I like that, and now Bites is going to get to somewhere else. We'll see. Looks like maybe Versum.
Looking like, yeah, Versum. Could have turned around there and gone for the zip to Pyramid. Tried to zip a couple of those things, but now we're going to see a little bit of a Pyramid race here. Or not Pyramid, Versum race.
Same difference. I like this. I think this is gonna be really close to next to me. Oh my god. Oh, but Storied gets the zip, and so he's going to get it just barely. Look at this snipe. That's
wild.
crazy. No way.
That's wild.
That is insane. Oh my god. That is crazy.
And Storage's gone out into oblivion.
Yeah, we'll see.
Bizarre.
Does Bites get this? No, Bites falls.
Oh, Bites falls.
Oh, and Bites is gonna have a bad respawn too. That's tragic. That's gonna swing. That's gonna swing the entire match in Storage's favor. Does Bites not see that he got sniped to this? He doesn't see it, does he?
He does. Yeah, he doesn't.
He didn't see it.
That's unfortunate.
And he doesn't have a good
Gonna have to
quit
play
out
out
because
here.
he touched the ground. If you touch the ground in Bazaar here, you'll not be able to just save quit. You have to go through the entire fall. And that's really tragic. That's going to swing this game really heavily back in Storage's favor, I think.
Yeah, because now Storage goes back to Pyramid, screws around there, still has Coil set up for Matan. Storage's got a lot of just versatility right now, where Bites kind of has to lock in. Question is where? So I don't think Versum rep is a threat right now. I don't think Matan rep is a threat right now. Storage is 9 points away. Coil will be 2. Pyramid will be another 2. That's 4, 5. Storied has enough to end right now in theory with Pyramid alone, assuming he goes back for Coil.
Yeah, the only option here is Bites doing Coil, which Bites is loaded into Matan. So, we'll see. I think I like this play a lot from Bites, from the, perfect vision, I know everything that's happened in this game. If Story goes into Matan, I think it is really easy to read that he has, at least to some extent, already done parts of Coil. Yeah. And if you just got sniped to these 2 things, you take the chance and you go Coil. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Completely agree.
Especially because I think the read of Story going back to Pyramid is also fairly natural. Oh my god, Story dropped combo and died. That's crazy.
That's funny, with the wrong smoking hole.
He was trying to get on the rails for the multipliers, and he...
Oh, he just missed. I was a big
Yeah,
I thought he was
he
going for
just-
smoking hole. That's funny.
I guarantee you he's gonna be like, I was looking at the board, despite his, like, NASA supercomputer setup. Like, I guarantee that's what he's gonna say afterwards.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I like this play a lot from Bites, especially now that Storied has, to some extent, skill issued, and dropped combo here. So his Devil Theory is going to be a lot longer. Dropping combo only 1 million in isn't the end of the world, but it's going to cost him probably a good 40 seconds. And that 40 seconds is going to be Bites doing coil and getting out before Storied is, like, out of Pyramid, which I think is... you know, this is the only play, really, realistically, for Bites. So, I like it.
I think Bites actually stands a chance now. Where the Versum snipes were kind of nasty, I think Storied's just general play in Pyramid is going to cost him a little bit.
Yeah,
Like,
this is good counterplay from Bites.
Not really going for... I mean, you can kind of get chucking up quickly, but at the same time, I would kind of go for it toward the end of the score battle.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
This just became a very close game where all of a sudden Storied had a massive lead, and it's very interesting that it's back then. Wait.
Bites is gonna
Bites is
taxi out,
leaving.
but I think this is to get to Updog, which I don't get why he did it like this, but that's okay. No,
It's not.
this is bad.
Where?
Turning around.
I guess he saw... Okay, maybe he saw Storied in Pyramid again? Maybe he was going to Pyramid and then just realized Storied was there? Because that
I'm
was
not
the
sure.
first tech Storied's gotten in Pyramid since going back.
That's true, but it's also been like a few minutes since Storied marked, so I feel like the read there is... I don't know, it's pretty 50-50 between Storied doing Versum rep and Storied doing Pyramid, but I think it makes much more sense for Storied to be doing Pyramid.
True.
Oh, but Bites is spraying now, and I don't like that. You don't have time to be doing this, especially with Storied loading into Matan now.
And
but-
loading back out?
He's going for a dog. I guarantee it. I hope Bites, like, really soon just goes up dog into Coil.
I
But we'll
feel
see.
like in Bites' position you kind of have to at this point, because, like, you saw
Please.
this got both of the Pyramid reps. Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank God. It's... You don't... What are you doing, Bites? Just talk to him. Bites!
Give him a chat.
Bites! If you lose the goal to this, I'm going to crash out on stream. I swear to God.
Alright, taking the shortcut.
And Story died anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. Oh my God, this game's a nightmare. Well,
Oh, it's really funny.
Bites got built. Wait, is this faster? No, surely that's not.
Oh
There's
my
no
god,
way
it
that's
almost
faster.
was. I mean, he almost
That is a
didn't
crazy
do it,
snipe.
though.
That was
Close.
yeah, that was pretty close. Maybe that is faster. That's kind of crazy. Anyways, oh my God, this game is a fucking nightmare. Yeah, I don't think that's faster with the time you spend getting up, but Storied is just gonna leave now, and I mean, I imagine you just go for some hill rep, no? Looks like he's zipping to Versum.
Yeah.
Or Maul. Yeah, to Versum.
No, because Versum's the most points, and then if you manage to get the Versum points, you're then one away. You can either go for Maul or Brink, and Bites kind of has to play around that. I think this is the
Right.
or even Pyramid. There's 3 goals that, like, essentially you just give Bites the 1 in 3 chance of tying it, assuming that you get there fully.
Right. But, I mean, there are no bingos, so it's just gonna come down to these two doing a rep race. And I'll say, that first game, Bites was basically on the back foot the entire time. he did a much better job this second game of keeping on top of things and dealing with like really difficult threats from Story to deal with. Yeah, the fact he's still in this game at all after the first some snipes that happened is like
very impressive.
Yeah, he has played this really well. You know, you can make the argument that getting sniped at all is a sign of like a misplay, but in scenarios like that where you're kind of, you know, you're always going to be put at the point where you're past the snipe and you have to do something about it, because that's just how bingo is. But being able to look past the double snipe and look at what Storied could potentially be doing and try to extinguish the things that he wants to potentially threaten, that's like really smart board vision. That's really smart strategy too. I definitely am curious to see, like, from Bytes, if the coil play was a read on what Story did in Matan his first time in, because if that's why he went coil, oh, that's an awkward miss. I think he can save quit here. I think he might be close enough to the. Maybe he doesn't.
I think he's trying to leave, which is the right play. Now that he has the rep start, I think it's the right play, because then you just have to start by going through. I mean, it's tough because Story doesn't really have anything started in Pyramid. Didn't really spray anything, so it doesn't really have any progress towards the score battle 1.
Bytes is going back to strip though. I don't think this actually works. Yeah, no, you're way off. Unlucky.
I don't know which one Bytes goes after, but literally anything other than finishing the Matan rep route is the right play here. So we'll see.
Yeah, especially with how long it's been, because the Versum Hill rep will come in very shortly. This is around the end of the route if you're doing it effectively. So we'll see Storied with Versum rep, and we'll have to see Bytes contesting the other goals here, and staying in Matan is how you lose it.
Which
it looks like he's staying.
I thought he was going back to like leave and go through square and get somewhere else, but I guess not.
The problem here is that it is nigh impossible to know what Storied is doing between Matan and Versum. Especially, like, keep in mind, Storied's last mark was in Pyramid with Chuck and Up. You know, you have no information here. But now, like, with the Versum Hill rep coming in, you know, Bytes is going to... I mean, ultimately, you kind of have to accept what's coming. It's really difficult to snipe 3 times in a row, especially with the position you're in. It looks like Bytes is just going to go back to Maul, which is, you know, the fastest collectible, so it makes sense. But yeah, I mean, Bytes played this really well. This is a difficult position to even, like, have a chance in. So him playing, like, really resiliently, I would say, is a really impressive sign. Like, this is... You know, no harm, no foul. This is much, much better than Bytes is showing in Preseason Showdown, which I think is a testament to how much, you know, he's improved over the last few weeks. But we'll see Storied.
Very impressive showing by Bytes. Almost back there. Putting up a fight, and unfortunately just the end getting sniped there. Having to try and snipe 3 different goals, and it's just not happening.
But that was a really good sign. That was an incredible round to see how to, like, dig yourself out of your own grave, you know. And that was really fun to watch. What's up, Storied? Congrats on your win.
Who's in the grave? Me or Bytes?
So, next to me and Bizarre Wall Run were snipes within 1 sec. It was within under a second next to me.
I picked it up literally at the same time the phone notif came up.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. It was like a fraction of a second. and Bizarre Wall Run, Bites accidentally fell and had to leave. So, Bites, I'm really curious. Was the coil play like calculated, or did you do it because you thought that would that Story would do it next?
I thought he would do it next because I didn't want to commit to Maton rep as hard as I did because I actually couldn't get out for some reason.
Yeah, that's a hard.
So that was like a waste of time, and I wanted to go to Mall next, and I was like, it's taking a while, so I don't know if he's doing Versum rep or if he's trying to do the rewards, because like those things are like, I guess, pretty easier to fill out, but like, still longer. But yeah, I overcommitted Maton by accident. Like I didn't want to stay there that long. As long as I did. But,
so what happened earlier in the match was Storied, the first time he went to Maton, actually did phase 1 and 2 of Coil. And after the Versum snipes, he goes Devil Theory, and you go Coil, and that effectively just erased his, like, 30 to 40 second commitment for Coil in the early game. And it was especially because you sniped that within like a few seconds.
Yeah,
it was close. It was a close fight. That snipe single-handedly gave you a fighting chance back into the game. So that was like really smart play. Whether you realize that Story like pre-unlocked him or not, that was really smart play to not tunnel vision onto what would be arguably the easier play, is going Devil Theory, trying to beat him in a score battle, which you probably could have done in hindsight.
Yeah, I was on the way to do that as well. Like I missed the storage going to the last one. I was like, I might as well just go to Pyramid because I'm pretty sure he's over there getting rep, or not rep, but rep for the reward as well as Devil Theory. So I wanted to at least have that chance to get to Devil Theory and then see if I can get to Coil when I get back, kind of thing.
I mean,
so that would put us in the same situation, and if one of us sniped that, then the other would have gone Coil. It's a trade-off, right? Kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, if you go Devil Theory, you lose Coil by default just because Story has progressed it. So, like, that was a really smart call.
The same one. If I were to go to Devil Theory after I messed up getting to the last one. So.
But yeah, that was a really smart decision there to, like, me and Swimfly both very impressed with how you played that match. So, losing, but like ultimately, damn, that was a really good fight.
I had fun with
those
that one.
snipes you clawed back, came very close to it.
Yeah, that's like the resilience that's always so sick to see in Bingo, especially because like after a snipe, every single Bingo player after a snipe like just wants the match to end. They just want to go next. So like being able to like stay on your toes and fight was really impressive. But Story, congrats. I think you're still 3-0. We'll figure it out in a second. But I think that does land you a spot in playoffs at this point, even if you lost the next 2 matches. I would have to do the math, but yeah, I mean, you've been playing fantastically this entire season so far. So
thank you.
This was definitely like it's kind of funny in the first match. You could see that the hands were not warm yet.
First match.
But like even then, it's hard to.
Wait, you're talking about my hand? Were my hands not warm?
I mean, I saw some.
I thought I was hitting pretty much everything. Did I miss anything? I think I hit everything, dude.
I'll let you watch it back.
I was trying to hit the spike stuff.
I loved your maul in the first game.
Yeah, I've been practicing that clip for the slide for what's that bike called?
Yeah, Gum.
I was practicing that, so it was nice to hit that
was
for sure.
But
I'm gonna see how you did that, because as soon as I saw you get the vending machine, I was like, okay, I'll just get Gum and leave, and then you were already instantly there as soon as I hit the zip.
I hit it as fast as I possibly could coming from the vending machine. Like I fell down on the zip, and then did my zip. I clipped through the second story of like where mall clip is, and then curved to the right and got it. Like I didn't even have to stop my zip. I just zipped through the collectible.
Yeah, it was just perfect.
Yeah, like
I was trying to do like the fancy first room zip to get to the vending machine. I was like, you know what? I practiced this, but it wasn't like to get to that room. I was trying to practice that for the Oyo clip, but I haven't tried doing it for the vending machine. No,
oh, actually,
get into that.
That one would probably work too, but yeah, it's a pretty hard one because like there's so much shit you could bump, and then the wall like won't let you through. So I was like, when I hit that first try, I was like, okay, I'm playing pretty good right now. And then
yeah,
my brink, how I played brink when I taxied back, where I escalated and then escalator storaged into the 5x pose. I thought that was pretty clean.
that always that's
awesome.
always so sick. That's one of my favorite strats.
Those are the two where I hit where I'm like, okay, I'm
Yeah, I mean, it was a clean victory, but like Bites put up a really good fight, especially in that second game. So.
That second game I'm a little nervous. I dropped combo at a mill in Devil Theory.
Oh yeah, we saw that. That was unfortunate.
And then for Coil, I taxied to Matan, and I'm like, wait, I don't even want to taxi to Matan for the last phase. So I taxied back out and then did hideout clip to get there. And then I failed up dog, I think, once.
Yeah, you like air boosted back for some reason that we didn't understand.
Oh no, it's because I got like a baby zip. I remember now.
Oh,
Or
okay,
no.
okay.
Was that the same thing? I don't remember. I fucked something up.
Yeah, something got messed up and you bailed. But yeah, I mean that I'll say it. You know, compared to how you both played in preseason showdown, like much better showing from both of you. I would say just much more refined and much more dynamic with how you played the board. So I'm thoroughly impressed. I'm glad that we could see how you both evolved from since then. But for everyone else, don't go. We have a match that comes up right after this. Another preseason showdown rematch with Supersonic and Jackie going head to head. But thank you so much for hanging out. We'll be back very shortly as we get set up for this next round.